power of we was a way of inclusion, a way of inviting anyone who needed or wanted a place to belong.
It was just very clear to me that this was something that would really benefit the young folks right here.
And to be able to give them a different perspective, that I know where they come from, I know what they're experiencing because I was there too, and letting them know that there's different actions that they can take that'll lead to a different destiny.
We really needed to hear that. In order to change our community, we needed to hear that.
And they are inspired to invest in making it happen. That's powerful.
From New York City. We have an amazing event at the Stan Mansion in Chicago. It is called The Power of We, run by my man, my boy, Mr. Lauren Harris. You guys better be there, because I will too, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace!
I don't care how tired I am. When that's my jam. I'm not playing. I'll be sitting here. Hurry up in 3, 2. And you can't tell me I can't dance. You know, you've heard me talk about this before, how those haters in my family, and so many I can't even name them. When we're at family things, you know, everybody get up, they all get out there and line up and say, okay, granted, I cannot do those line dance things, the electric shuffle and all. Okay, so I turn left when I'm supposed to turn right. So what? I'm still jamming. Have they never heard of freestyling? That's all I'm saying. You see, so anyway, for all those haters in my family, you know who you all are. Don't hate, you know, that's my jam. I have nephews and nieces who actually will scream out to the dance floor, "Sit down, Uncle Carlton," because of Carlton Banks. Right. I don't believe we have haters. I prefer to say I have closet fans. Just a matter of time. All about perspective and illuminated conversations. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. Having a good day, except this. I am stuck drinking my protein shake out of what is my gym water bottle. Why? Because a certain person who lives in this house, other than me, Brian, takes our shake cups to work because he has to work at my niece's clinic now, because it's too loud for him to see patients, you know, upstairs because they're doing the bedroom. But he doesn't bring them home. So I don't know what I'm going to do to figure that out, because I'm very methodical. Everything's got, where's my this? I put it right there. Bordering on OCD, so pray for me. I'm just kidding. The only thing I don't like about it is now when I want to drink instead of the straw, which is all cute when you're on the air, now I got to do this like it's a 40. Remember those days? Quit playing. Y'all done had some Big Bear, some Coke 45, right? All right, we're going to have a good time today. I'm being silly. Listen, we got work to do, y'all. Look, that's right. We are raising awareness. We are raising funds today. We need gift cards for those kids to keep. I'm going to tell you, let me get the experts in here. Jamie Laine. Hi, Jamie. Welcome, Tracie. Let me tell y'all, before you say good morning, so I don't forget, here's what I'm thinking. For, you know, okay, so, and Dominique is on the road. Dominique, the Oracle, she's on the road doing some mystical stuff, of course. And then Tim Chung got called into a meeting this morning, so he can't be here, but that's okay. We're two or more, and I count 1, 2, wait, start again. Yeah, wait, 1, 2. What's that next one? I'm kidding. Three of us. Yeah, 3 of us. So listen, let's say good morning first. Hi, Tracie. How you doing? How have you been since last month?
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I've had some challenges, but I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm alive. And listen, it's all good. And I have you as a coach, so I'm doing good.
Sweet. You're sweet. Hey, you guys, doesn't Tracie look like she's going to have lunch with Michelle Obama? I said,
Wait,
dang.
Put that in the atmosphere.
Well, the whole living show is right after this show.
Yes.
So you'll be going from here to there. Make sure you get you out of here on time.
Okay.
And Jamie Laine, how about you, badass bitch? Jamie Laine, what's going on, girl?
Oh, everything's going great. I think, though, that Tracie had a birthday, and I think she's trying to let that slide by, but I'm not going to let that happen. You need to be celebrated.
Thank you.
Facebook didn't tell me. See how we rely on them? What?
She has to put it in there.
Oh, well, how'd you know?
She posted about herself. It was her birthday.
When was it, Tracie? Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was yesterday.
Oh. And? I can't ask. Another woman can.
Nothing.
Oh, she said it.
That means I can.
She's 51. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm 51.
51. Yay. Okay. Yes, she does.
51 years around the sun.
Michelle Obama ain't got nothing on you, girl.
You know, Tracie, if you want to, you can still.
I love her, though.
You could have another baby if you wanted to.
Oh.
Janet Jackson did, is what I'm saying, at 51.
Mr. Lauren, and I could right now. I'm still at that stage where I can, but.
I know. Does that sound like the world's craziest idea to you right now?
Yes. And my son,
you already have one, though.
My son is 15.
Didn't have any, so yeah.
So 15 years apart, that would be, or 16 rather, that would be insane.
Do you consider, both of you, same question, do you consider your greatest accomplishment in this journey on this planet so far, producing your sons? It's interesting. You both have one boy each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we started later in life, too. We got pregnant and had the child around the same of our ages.
Yeah. How old were you?
34.
Okay, I was 36. Yeah,
I turned 35 that year.
Now see how Jamie did. How does she know all that? You know,
Well,
I did the math. She said he was 15 and she's 51.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jamie knows the secret about the power wheel. Let's get right in there. It's happening, y'all. Let me tell you something I learned about myself this week. Why I'd say to people, you know, I wondered why for like 3 years people kept giving me these kind of things, right? These little journal things. I mean, I had a ton of them, and I'd write a line or two in one and put it down and then use it. So anyway, what I started doing with my events and things, I would start a journal when I was 50 days away from the event day. Day 50 days to go, 49 to go. That's and the other. And what I found out this year was so wonderful about that is because like yesterday was the day where, you know, I'm almost 30 days out. And so, you know, we're doing okay, but we're still about actually $18,800 from our goal. And so I was like, yeah, you know, I started to for a hot second. And then, let me go to the journals because last year I did it. Last time I went back, but I only had 1 year. This time I went back, I had 2 years, but with a year and a half of COVID in between. But I went back, and right around the same time, give or take 4 or 5 days, I was almost at the exact figure as I'm looking at, and it made it through. So I was like, oh, well, this is how it always is. Okay, no worry. And it made a big difference about how I went down last night. And how, see, I had to do this little thing out there. Somebody nasty out there was thinking, you know who you are. I read minds. I heard you. But anyway, I went down last night, right? And got up this morning so encouraged. James Cisneros taught me something my very first year. And any of you that are going to do events or anything like that, he taught me something really important. He said, Lauren, it's a thing called MIO. It's in his program, the G-Spot. It's a business program. If you ever grow to that level and you feel like you just want to take everything through the roof, let me know and I'll hook you up with Jason's program. Anyway, in there, he had told me MIO, most important opportunity of the day. So that means I know that I have almost $19,000. So I put it in my head now for 19 days in a row. I'm going to find it in between. I'm challenging myself to hit the thing, you know, and get in there and bring in $1,000 a day. I just got to bring in $1,000 a day for 19 days. And that still gives me 10 days pretty much before, you know, the event. And that's exactly where it should be, you know. So anyway, today we take care of the kids first before the videographer. If I got to take Kodak Instamatic pictures before anybody thing, those kids are taken care of. So this year we're not doing swag bags because first of all, we usually have 250 kids. This year, they just kept coming, and I just couldn't say no. So we have 287 kids. That's it. I'm cutting it off. 287 kids coming from the hardest hit, the roughest neighborhoods in the city of Chicago and some of the outskirts. And anyway, so instead of doing our usual thing, because you know, we were putting books and stuff in there the first couple of years, and some good stuff too, real great stuff, trust me. But this year, we're gonna try to use it as a, you know, like an incentive piece. So we have Tim Chung and his coaching staff are gonna be the prize patrol. So they'll be all dressed up like prize patrol people with the shopping carts full of stuff and all this running around. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna find some kind of a virtual meter that's like a thermometer that gets filled up. And as they like are clapping and answering questions and jumping in, they keep pushing the meter up. When they, the more interactive they are, the more the thing goes up. And when they get to the top, them lights and things go, now the prize patrol coming. They're going to be running out and they're going to be going crazy. Who wants some free swag? Right? So that's great. If we want it to be like a round robin, we want the conversation going like string art or like, remember Spirograph? Right, where it's just all these, we just want the energy to be what it stands for. Everybody pouring in to everybody who's there in all directions. So Jamie, you look like you want to say something.
I'm just listening. I'm thinking about the children and when they get excited about when you're doing. I was just imagining it.
Do you guys like that idea?
I love it.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about all the kids, and I would thinking about getting 37 more of those bracelets. I want to have enough for all the kids, all the bravery. I want all the kids to have one.
Way more than that.
They did?
Yeah, there's like 400 of those things up there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I counted for 300 just in case. So good.
But we need to get on the horn, you guys. Here's what we're doing.
Okay.
Here's what we're doing. Because kids know, a lot of these kids are self-sufficient in a lot of ways that might surprise you, from whatever snacks they get, things they need for school, just all the way through. A lot of them are also looking out for other siblings that are younger than them. And if somebody doesn't have socks or they lost their hat, oftentimes it's these kids who are responsible, because I just had to say, MIA. A lot of parents and where these kids come from are MIA. That's just what they tell us. So we're trying to give them this year, instead of a whole bunch of books and stuff, because one of my little nieces said to me, I had a leftover swag bag last time from Atlanta, and she says, well, Uncle Lauren, I'm not trying to be, it's not like I don't appreciate this. And she's looking all in the bag, and she's like, but this is full of books. She goes, this feels like when Granny gives me clothes for Christmas. I was like, done. I was like, get out of here, you little ingrate. No, I didn't. But it made me think, because see, that's what we do in the program. We are programming ourselves to learn to listen to young people. See, I grew up, like, I don't know if a lot of you did, in that era where it was like, when we was growing up, we had to walk 5 miles barefoot. And but the world that our kids are living in today is not the world we were that age in. And so we don't know really shit, to tell you the truth, about remember how when you leave the house stuff, you entered your world, and you'd be a whole different person than the people at home. Right. Yeah. So, what I'd like to do is, I want everybody here. We're an intimate group. That's like when a realtor posts a listing and they say it's cozy. That, in other words, small. So we're an intimate group today. But you know what? There's been some wonderful things throughout history that have been done with just a couple people. And the promise says we don't need but 2 or more. So we can get some stuff done. I believe this, you guys. A little bit of something is always more of a blessing than a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. So, let's just do what we can. But if you can start by sharing it out, we're going to talk about, there's our T-shirt. And that's another thing to thank you. Sorry, everything's covering you up today.
I was going to say,
thank you for being in the middle. I'm just kidding. So listen, that's also over on the Triple Nickel site and the Power of We. A portion of also, so that goes to the future Power of We symposiums. But does anyone out there not know what the Power of We is? You should by now. Hi, Ellie Lawton. I can't wait to see you today. Yes, nice to see you, Jamie Laine. How are you doing that? Ooh, you're in 2 places at once. Sherry McQueen, good morning to you. So you guys, let's get on the horn. What we're doing today is we're getting commitments from people to say, I'll buy $4 or $5 gift cards, and I'll mail them in. We're asking that you get gift cards that are just like, Amazon, maybe Panera Bread, Starbucks, or just a gift card, a Visa gift card that they can use for anything. That's the safest thing. But if you want to throw in some coffee and stuff, I'm sure the kids aren't going to complain, right? But this is an incentive. It's to keep the atmosphere up, and it's just to let them know, you know what, we trust you to do the right thing, and you know what I mean, right? And it's just, we want it to feel like Christmas in more ways than just gifts and stuff. But I'm just so excited. So Tracie, you're going to be emceeing the main stage, you and Dano, Weekly Dose of Dano on the 360 TV network. And we're still working on how we're going to fly Jamie's contribution in through, joining us live via satellite from the Alps of Switzerland. Jamie, or something. You don't have to really be there, but could you put a mountain thing together at your house and make it look like you're, you look like an Amelia Earhart kind of chick.
I am an Amelia Earhart kind of chick.
I know you look like that. So we're gonna figure out something, because Jamie, she may be there. We don't know. I'm claiming it. I'm not giving up on it yet.
I'll make an entrance with a helicopter.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? So listen, you guys, what we're trying to do today, I want you guys in the chat, you'll see, if you're going to mail donation, we're asking you to buy the cards. Here's why, and I'm just keeping it real. I had to explain this to Jamie backstage. We don't want people to mail us, like, here's a check for $25, unless you want to, but the gift card is a separate drive, because if we take money and go buy gift cards as an organization, every time we buy the gift card, it's going to cost. And so the kid won't get a $5 gift card. They're going to get a $3 gift card. And then it's going to be different all over the place. And we want it to be like this. So I see people coming in. God is good. Come on in, y'all. We're trying to do something for some kids. 287. Supposed to have been 250. God had other plans this year. But I'm going to tell you why this is so important. I'm going to go over and pull something up. You guys say hi to everybody. I'm going to dip out. Let me pull something up I want to show everybody. So talk about whatever you feel led to talk about as long as it's about the power of we. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No pressure there.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait. That's not, no, shit. Wait. How do I take?
When Lauren gets back, we need to specify what if the 18,800 is separate than the gift card thing, and I think it is.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear for everyone in the audience. So if there's any businesses or anybody who knows any businesses who are willing to donate, 1,000 at a time or even 500, but if they know someone who's willing to say, oh yeah, I want to, donate $1,000 as a sponsor or whatever, then that would be separate than the gift cards, is what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
That's a good point, Jamie. And I think so.
I think it is too, because the 1,800 is going to pay for, the kids to eat and, what are some other costs to come with it? Photography, because I'm pretty sure the kids are going to be
all that.
It's
right?
It's the mansion,
right. So those are separate.
Yep, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
So the gift cards are going directly in the hands of the kids.
These are going directly into the hands of the kids, because we want them, things that keep it exciting. And who doesn't like what? Remember, any place you were a kid, you went, and they had stuff they were giving away. And you're like, yeah, I want out. I never outgrew that. I never got too old for that to be appealing.
All right, it is exciting.
That could be a silent auction or something at a fundraiser. I'm signing up and I'm going over there watching. Just get away back to the board.
Yeah.
When I want something for real, I'll be hawking it. Times with people. That's how I got my bike. The mountain bike I have. Yeah. And my KitchenAid mixer. If somebody was after that mixer, that was a. So listen, I want to show you guys something. Now, some of you have heard the story how at the original Power of We in Chicago, the first year, I was out knocking on doors, speaking at schools, talking to the people in the cities, because I got tired of seeing in the news here where we live in Chicago, the representation of the ages 12 to 24 in these areas was always nothing but the negative, nothing but the negative. And I just knew, because I remember when I was called in foster care, it's just special needs, they're damaged, this and the other. Yeah, well, damn. Every kid is special. Every kid has needs. What the hell, right? Well, but back then it meant it took me decades to get from underneath that shame that didn't belong to me. So we're gonna do something about it. And the power of we. That's why I'm not ashamed to come on here and say this is what we're doing, and there's the address. I told y'all in the title of it, the power of we. I ain't said nothing about the power of me. I already know I can't do it. I already know I can't do it by myself. I'm not stupid. Well, I'm not. But
we're not 8.
Well, I'm just saying, it's. Really,
I know, sweetie.
Now listen to this. Now, and I put this on my website at the Power We, but I have it kind of buried because I don't want it to be up front, but I never want to forget. Now, some adults, it's us, it's we who can make sure that we take care of these kids, and I mean all kids. I see one day the power of we being the kind of thing where kids come from all over the world, and you see them walking in just like people walk into the Olympics, carrying the flag of where they came from in the world, because they are brothers and sisters in the same family of mankind. And something's got to start bringing this closer into their proximity, within reach, so that they can understand it. And so that's what we're aiming to do. But something I learned in year one, the very first place I went, I had more meetings in that town than any other. They put me through the ringer, and I had 19 kids coming, and everything was set up, and the kids were supposed to meet in front of the barbershop in that town. And then the bus contract ran out. Something happened. They lost their busing about a week before Power of We. And Jason Cisneros went on social media and made an appeal and raised enough money in like 20 minutes to rent a luxury coach to pick these kids up. And all the city and them had to do was to provide X amount. I think it was 3 chaperones for those kids, because they're in charge of bringing their own chaperones to take care of their own kids, and liability reasons. And so everything was set. The kids were there. They had gotten the permission slips. We had all that stuff. Check them off when they walk in. They have to send us the permission slip, all of it, liability reasons. And those kids couldn't get on the bus. Bus driver wouldn't let them on because there were not one chaperone showed up. And so those kids did what kids do. They went out and they did what kids do. A day off. And these kids, I'd have done it the same way. If I was going to sneak off to the mall, I would not have gone to the one in my own neck of the woods to get told on. That's when you run into that loudmouth lady from church that's going to call home. You know, you'll be getting a whooping before you get in the door good. I already know. So I would have thought the same way. But here's why I want you guys to understand. Look at this. This is why I don't mind. I don't keep my mouth shut anymore about the needs for these kids. Now, when we found out they weren't coming, where's Inglewood? Where's Inglewood? When we found out they weren't coming, I had to pull those 19 chairs from the floor, move everybody up, because you don't want, in the footage, you don't want empty chairs. That's why at the Grammys and those TV shows, as soon as somebody get an award, you see somebody else sitting in that seat. You know, it's like Snaggletooth mouth. Nothing wrong with Snaggletooth mouth. If you got one, don't say no, it's real. You know, you don't know if this is real or not. I'm just saying. But listen, so those chairs, I'll never forget them. They had them stacked up in 3 different rows and back in the catering room where all the caterer stuff was. And every time I went nosing around back there, the lady's talking to me, the caterer lady, I can't even look at her. I'm drawn like a magnet to those chairs, and I couldn't shake it. And I told Brian, he goes, honey, it's not your fault. Just let it go. Just any other. But something just kept nagging me. Then about 5 days later, I found out why. Because kids will go places, the kids will do what kids do. You know, that's why we as adults need to do what adults do. And that means not drop the ball, because if those kids would have been inside that building known as the Stan Mansion with those others, who knows? I know one thing. This wouldn't have happened because they wouldn't have been there. So I wanted to show you, because I don't ever want to forget. And if I ever do, I hope one of you all reminds me, because this can never happen again.
To our newsroom a few minutes ago, the 18-year-old girl who was shot last week during a drive-by outside of Calumet City Mall has died. Her name is Kristen Ross. She and a 17-year-old boy were shot in the Macy's parking lot at the River Oak Shopping Center on Thursday night. Calumet City police say they were targeted. So far, no one has been arrested in that case.
And no one was. No one was. So, I'm Melissa Hall Gallimore. There she is. So, you know, I'm just keeping it real. I learned then, just like you see if you go on the site, you'll see in Atlanta, all the bags are on the chairs, the swag bags. But the first year, you don't see that picture. You know why? I had volunteers passing the bags to the kids, right? And I was over at the AV Center, and I was watching the kids. I was all proud. They're walking up the stairs with their bag. Then I saw 1, 2. I got up to 5 kids that didn't have swag bags. I flew across the room and went down there. And these are 2 girls. Their hearts are in the right places, but they let something else get away from them that day. And that's not what this is about. Yeah. You know, you flew all the way from LA together. You're in an Airbnb together. You're in the Uber riding here together. Now, why are you missing doing what you said? You let me serve in this capacity. And then you're busy taking selfies with each other. You got all that time. And these kids, this is once in a lifetime. No. So then I said, I didn't take it out on them. I took the lesson. Because, you know, it's never about just one thing. And they're there to serve and be a servant heart. I addressed it. You best believe. But then from then on, when we got to Atlanta, we put those on every chair. No child gets missed. See, it's all about what can do to change this. So listen, the gift cards, Panera Bread, coffee places, like Starbucks, but safe is just like a piece of gift card. Let them get what they need. A lot of them buy their own toilet paper. But yes, toilet paper. A lot of them buy their own toothpaste, laundry detergent, their transportation to get to and from school. A lot of schools have cut those budgets, just like they cut instruments and shoulder pads for sports. The kids in that city, I know because they come out here to the suburbs selling candy, so that they can have their basketball uniform. They got to earn their basketball uniform. They can make the team, but you can't play if you don't earn you need to sell this candy to get your uniform, to get your shoes, to get whatever it is they need to do what so many of us took for granted when it was our turn up to bat. So I want you guys, if you're interested, here's the address and pop it up there. You can mail your donations. Power of We, POW, POW 2022, 1695 Smoky Court, Naperville, Illinois, 60563. Just purchase it and make sure you write or put the little paper thing they give you so we'll know what the denomination. It's best to just use a Sharpie or something and write the denomination on the little card holder or whatever, so that if we tell the kids at $5 we want to use them, the more you come up and role play, is the participants are each going to win something, and then we give them, they just going to hear gift cards, but we're going to be using it in a way to just make sure all the kids feel all the love it's your way to be a part of something greater than yourself. So I want to hear from you ladies. Now, Tracie, you have a son who is just so special. I just love him to death. Jordan, I was more interested in him when I met you than you, because you're drawn to him. And Jamie, you have a son that is incredible. So talk about why you feel when you look at the power, because you've gone in, both of you. So take a second and go in and just explain to somebody out there who's not been to powerofwesymposium.com why you feel the way you feel about it. Tracie, why don't you start?
Sure. I would just say look into your heart and knowing, especially being a parent, and knowing what you do for your children and how you sacrifice and trying to make sure that they have everything that they need and even a lot of what they desire, and to understand that these kids don't have the things that they need. I mean, you just mentioned things that we normally take for granted, like, toilet paper, something that we so simple, to make sure that we get these things that these kids need in their hands. That's why it's important. So if you have a heart for people, just in general, but then also a heart for children, understanding that they didn't ask to be here, right? And it's their parents' charge, right, to take care of them. But if they can't, it's up to us to do that work.
Amen. Amen. Jamie, how do you feel? Now you have a son who's dealing with challenges. Eric Scott, thank you. Eric Scott, is that Beard?
That's Beard.
I was like, that guy looks familiar. Thank you. Thank you for posting that. Great morning to you, Tia Rogers. Great morning. Wait, I'm trying to put that up there. Sharon McQueen, Tia Rogers, and look at Eric Scott. Hey, Beard. Want to tell people who Beard is?
Beard is my lover.
Oh.
He's my best friend.
Ellie asked, how can I send a gift card? That's all over the place there, Ellie. There it is. We're going to run it on the screen for you to make it even easier. So, Jamie, go ahead.
I think it's real important. These children probably are not heard. They're not seen on a daily basis. They probably aren't celebrated for birthdays. They probably aren't celebrated on holidays.
They're not.
They're women, which is one reason why I do what I do. If you empower the women, you empower the world, you empower our future. These children are not being empowered. They have to look within themselves. They don't have the tools. They haven't been given the tools. Their tools are walking down the street where they don't even know if it's safe for them. That's the tools that they're on, survival mode. To have a $10 gift card, like I had to buy my own tennis gear too. I had to do my own shit too. To have something in your hand, that not having to ask for it, these people probably have a shameful mindset about money. about things being given to them. And somebody with money can't understand that. If you've always had a parent give you lunch money, if you've always had a parent hand you things and give you things and buy things for you, these kids are not going to ask for shit.
Oh, girl, you scared me.
Sorry.
I was looking down trying to pick up Lucy. She's starting to come to and be on the show every day. Are you coming up today or not? She knows what she does. Thank you, Jamie. Tim, welcome. Oh, Tim got out of that meeting. He said, look, forget y'all, corporate America. I'm going on. Oh.
Exactly. I was like, stepping out of this meeting, jumping into.
Hi, Tim. Well, listen, share it out. We're all trying. What we're doing, we're getting. Well, Tim is in charge of the prize patrol. That's his crew that's coming. That's going to be geeking the kids up. Oh, Tim, you didn't hear the latest. Guess what we're going to come up with? We're going to get a virtual thing that stays up on a screen, or we pop it up from time to time on all the screens there, like a virtual thermometer or a volcano that's going to erupt. And the more and more they do stuff, it fills up. It might start rumbling or whatever. And the more that they get interactive, and then when it goes off, when it erupts, lights and sirens and things, and then that's when you guys run out, start giving away free swag.
Nice.
So
Love it.
they are in charge of the energy level. Huh?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm just telling you that it ain't. No, wait. I know somebody's saying it. Where's my pen? I have it laying here. Here it is. Wait, here it is. I'm not taking credit for it. There it is. Through me, not from me. That's where all of that comes from. All of it. All of this. The Power of We came that way. When I had my first event, it was not integrity based because I partnered with some marketers. No offense, Tim. I'm just kidding. And it was just so non-integral that on the plane, I didn't want to bring it to Chicago on my feet. You know, sometimes biblical things say dust your feet off. And I did. I asked what is great. I said, give me some spiritual Listerine because I need this nasty taste out of my spirit. I need it gone. And by the time we landed in Chicago, I turned to Brian. I said, they gave it to me. And he goes, well, what is it? I said, it's something that's going to be called the Power of We Symposium because I didn't know nothing beyond the name. And today we have an award from the United Nations. I'm telling you what, if that isn't proof that there is a thing as purpose, if that isn't proof that the things you go through, if I hadn't been that kid with 22 homes, I wouldn't have believed the picture that What Is Greater Than Me showed me of the power of we. It didn't tell me, and MTV is going to be in your audience the second time for 5 hours, but they were there. They didn't tell me that the girl that writes the winning essay in Atlanta is going to end up with a $750,000 endowment to make that dream that she wrote on paper as a short story a reality. It didn't tell me that, but it told me they are out there. They are needing to be heard, needing to be acknowledged, needing to be loved and hugged up on just like you were. You know, the greatest thing that ever happened to me in the foster system was my first caseworker, Ann. Her name was Ann Hasselbaum then. She was 3 weeks out of college. And then when I found her all those years later, right after finding my mother, she was 3 weeks into retirement. And then her name was Ann Coran. She had been married and stuff. And she saved my life because she told me that very first day when she got down on one knee and she looked at me and she said, if ever something is wrong in a home you're in, be a gentleman and always offer to walk me to my car. You don't have to say a word. Just squeeze my hand 2 times and I'll be back before the sun sets to get you. And she did that several times. And I'm telling you, you guys, that was a person who saw me when I needed to be seen. My life depended on it. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys, it's not all bad, but there is a lot in there. And our kids today, you don't have to be in foster care it's worse. They're raising themselves. You know, so you guys, let's just do what we can do. We spend money in all kinds of places. We want you to share this out today. We're looking for people that will commit to buying a certain amount. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 50, but 5, 10, 15, or 20. Let me put the little banner thing up there so you can see what we're talking about. Here's what we're looking for. Amounts 5, 10, 15, 20. And we're going to use those to pour into these kids all day long. We're not buying their love. We're supporting their needs. That's what we're doing. Can I get an amen? So Tim, you had some, you were kind of one of those kids growing up in the Chicago area in your own way. Back when you were an emo kid and all that, you know what I mean? What I mean is how you had a journey where you had to discover the road to the Tim that stands and sits before us today. Yes or no?
Yes.
And so you've grown up with some of these kids. You had friends who were challenged by some of the things the Power of We talks about. Yes?
Yes.
So talk about your experiences, because you live here. You grew up with these kids.
Yeah, it's interesting because I come from a background where my parents were pretty much going from paycheck to paycheck, probably spending more than they were making as well. And they were just trying to create a better life for me and my older sister living in America. So they immigrated here. They were working real hard, and they were able to get us into a school with some kids that were a little bit more wealthier. So what was really interesting about that dynamic was that I was definitely in the minority, and I could see those kids that didn't have as much opportunity right in front of me. And even within the school systems, I saw specific kids getting treated radically differently when we should all have the same opportunities to better ourselves, grow, learn, and connect. And it almost even made us all super alienated, where it was kind of like a world where, hey, we're just this label, and we have to make room for others rather than us thriving and growing into who we're meant to be. And that definitely made me question myself. I've seen my friends and other kids that were given opportunities really beat themselves up in the head, just thinking I'm not worth it. A lot of self-worth going down. And even myself going into my emo days, I didn't feel like I fit in, and no one understood me, right? But I was really rebelling hard because it wasn't right. The way I felt inside made me feel like there was definitely severely something wrong with me, especially when I tried to self-express. Just try to be my dorky and like goofy self. I was always told to shut up in the classroom, do whatever they wanted me to do. Stop coloring and take notes on like all this other stuff. And what was with that all being said, it led me to a point where I was severely depressed and socially anxious. I wasn't going to school anymore. I was doing very good at my video games, but everything else, my whole life was in shambles. And I'm very, I'm actually personally grateful for that, because it taught me how these kids how dark and how painful these kids can get. And
it's like they go to war in a way. The PTSD and whatnot is so severe. If you didn't get to sit next to some of these kids and hear them relate a normal day for them, and you're like, you bullshit, right? I said that 10 times. If I said it once, the first Power We, and I said I was, because I thought I knew something. I didn't know nothing. I'm just putting it there. Tim, thank you for that. Listen, I want to show you something. This is another one of this, like I did MTV being in the audience in Atlanta. I look at this like I looked at Netflix being the audience at the Next Impactor. These things where people come and you're drawn in, like, how did they get here? How did they know? This is how we got. These kids were the first 30 kids. We now have 287. These were the first 30 kids to confirm, and they are our headline entertainment throughout the day. They are a Grammy-winning children's choir. This is the 40th year of this choir, which is headed up by the wonderful Dr. Walt Whitman. Really, Chicago royalty. His family has done so much to change the face of inner city everything in Chicago, and they've been honored all during last month all over the city for their work. And so we're so proud and so excited. Just give me a peek at how the show is going to kick off April 28th at the Stan Mansion. So take a look at it. And this song I requested from them. They won their Grammy for a collaboration with Three Doors Down. and they're just, whew. Here we go. Take a look at this. This is how we're opening up. I'm so excited.
Praise the Lord, everybody! Are y'all expecting something in this place? Let the high expectation people begin to give up the praise. Come on, because a miracle is getting ready to happen in this house. Everybody that wants it, you better get excited about your miracles. Shout like you understand. If y'all ready, look at somebody and say, I'm expecting.
Come on, Walt!
You're going to take your old school.
Come on. Get some gift cards, y'all.
Look at Lauren.
I'm mute, Jane.
Here we go. The sky is the limit. That's the limit. Let's go. Let's go. The sky is the limit. Those of y'all that know, remember this. Just believe. God will. Win it. Come on, get somebody scream. I can see it.
Come on, y'all. Can we count on you for some gift cards, please?
All right, somebody in this session.
All right. You don't get no more of that. You want to experience it. Listen, we want you at the Power of We, April 28th here in Chicago at the beautiful Stan Mansion in Logan Square. And before I got one more thing I want to show you guys. Just a couple seconds because, you know, the Soul Children, we got Wally Green coming, the U.S. tennis table tennis ambassador. So hold on. I want to show you one more thing real quick. Mm-hmm. Everybody doing okay? Oh, you're mute. Okay. So I'm looking for, this one. Okay. Take a look at this. This is what you get.
And welcome to the Power of We Symposium. I am encouraged and grateful that you're here today because you could have been anywhere else. You could have been absent today, but you are right here.
Able to see who he truly is, a well-dressed, groomed young man that's going to be the next doctor, the next president, the next lawyer. We don't know. But see, this is the thing. It took me started with one idea, one dream. And then from there, it kept building up to where we was building that community.
Hang on.
community.
What is important, what matters
Can y'all hear me?
the most is that we met, because now we're friends. You are amongst friends. You are amongst people who are here to celebrate you, to celebrate what you stand for, what you stood for yesterday, and what you will stand for tomorrow. Because we believe in everything that's in front of us, because that's all that matters. Don't let your past define you. Let it refine you.
We have a choice. There's a lot of thought that went into this for y'all to be here. And there's moments in life when you're handed a choice and an opportunity. I want you to think about that for just a second.
We are all here on this planet at this time to choose for ourselves.
The change starts within us. And we have to believe that we can make that difference.
The power of we is to show not just you, but to show the world that together we are all the same. We are unstoppable when we work together.
It's not about the money, but money does help. Don't let society fool you.
I don't know what the circumstances of your life are. I don't know what life is like behind your closed doors. I don't know what you say to yourself at the end of the day. But I do know this, that whatever you choose, you either can become defeated or defined by it.
One, two, three. I am fearless. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Ah!
When you can recover and assess your situation every single day throughout the day and look at yourself in a light that nobody else sees you.
Okay, I'm tired of the internet. But yay, okay, let me unmute everybody. Yeah, because they can hear better at home when I mute all the mics. Somebody told me. Isn't that just, I don't know what it does to other people. And that's, you guys got to understand, that's second and third layers of it. When you're there in the presence of it, and for those of you who cannot travel, good news, you will be able to still be there with us because we are offering pay-per-view. The tickets are $10 and 100% of it goes back into the Power of We Symposium. Wow. So you'll be able to watch it from all over the world. So please help us get it out. Go to the Power of We Symposium Facebook page and share, and share. This is a modern day stone soup experience. You know, the Power of We is the kettle in the middle of the town called life. And no matter what you have, we will make good use of it. So bring whatever you have, even if it's a prayer, a good wish, you know, $1, a gift card. Maybe you can be a vendor if you are in the local area, or you can travel, or you can sponsor a child. It costs us right around $250 to get every child here because they get a catered breakfast, catered lunch, all the things that we do to make this experience that one that we hope they'll never forget. I just wanted to say, you know, so the gift cards, everything is still scrolling. We're going to go around the group one more time. And, you know, I would like each of you to give the audience your own call to action based on why you feel they should donate. So, Tracie?
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I gotta jump, but I think it's just everything that was mentioned earlier, because Jamie said some key things about empowering these kids. And, you know, once you can put some resources in their hand for the things that they need and change the mindset of these children, it's going to help empower them so that they can change the trajectory of their lives. So that's why I think it's super important. But I love you all. I'm going to jump off.
Have a great show.
Thank
See
you.
next month, Tracie.
Okay, thank you.
So everybody, that was Tracie Randolph, the Reset Coach. Ross McCreary, we wish you were coming as well, but there'll be many more. Trust that, my man. And you'll be up there. You're going to be speaking your truth at a Power of We somewhere near you one day. Claiming that one. Jamie, what do you have to say about why the need to try to support if you can, or get it to someone who could?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it real. You guys spend $6 to $5 to $8 to $10 on Netflix monthly, or a coffee, or a candy bar, or some crap that you don't need. Like, these children have no one pouring into them most of the time. You have no idea what it's like to live their life. So I think $5 is not too much to ask from 100 people.
No, I agree. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Tim, what about you?
Yeah, I'd love to share. So a word pops up in my head, and it's compassion. And as much as I shared a little bit about my past a little bit, the reason why I turned things around and I actually started having a little bit of hope was when I saw those show that they had compassion for those that are hurting, the ones that can't really speak up for themselves. Yeah. And the people that showed me back then, even though I was hiding in my corner, hey, yes, there is division, there is evil, there are all these things that are trying to hold you back, but it almost opens up a bridge or a gateway for those kids to step into their power and create amazing lives for themselves. So super encourage you guys. I'm gonna be all in as well. So
thank you guys. Thank you both. And I want to thank all of you all. And don't underestimate the power of one, which means you getting it to the nearest prong, the nearest person, the nearest intersection to you. The promise that we live by and dream through is the one that says, no matter where you're at, who you are, and how you're feeling, come as you are, because you're good enough, just like that. Don't forget that. And remember, the manner in which we bless others is pretty much going to dictate the manner in which we are blessed. Take that with you today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing, right out front at 8 a.m. Central for our next installment of Bathrobe Moments. Get out there and be the blessing you want to receive. See you tomorrow when Michelle Nordoff comes in, and we're going to talk about how to grieve. Yeah, she's coming back. She's lost her father since the last time she was on the show, and I asked her if she thought there was healing in sharing, and she said absolutely. So come on tomorrow, you guys. It's not going to be a Debbie Downer. I promise you that. There's joy in everything. Remember, no matter what you're feeling or what it's feeling like, nothing is ever about just one thing. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again. Thanks, experts. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.